Hello everyone, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. If you saw this video during that time, good day everyone. So today we will talk about a very interesting topic since this is understanding the self. So first let me introduce myself. So I am Ginny Ansi Salvacion, the first reporter. So today we will talk about physical self. So what is physical self? So physical self refers to the body, includes all the basic parts like our head, neck, arms, and legs. But it's not just about the outer part. It also includes the important organ inside us, like the brain, which help us to think, the heart, which pumps the blood, the lungs, which help us to breathe, the stomach which they digest the food, and muscles which help us to move. So how does our body work? So our bodies are amazing machines that perform many functions. However, they don't work as well during certain stages of life. For example, infancy. Babies are still developing, so their bodies are still not fully capable yet. So, again, second, old age. As people get older, their bodies may not function as efficiently due to wear and tear. So now, let's look at some famous thinkers said about the physical self. So first guys is William James. So you can read sa PPT. Okay, for you to deep understanding, William James, he believed that our body is the starting point for our feelings and experiences. So mauna ang atong body daw mao starting point. Mao na starting mauna maka-feel o maka-experience ta. Our body helps shape who we are and how we see ourselves. So atong body daw maoy makaingon nga kana ikaw na or makasi unsa atong pagdantaw sa atong kagalingon. He also mao siya si William James po ningon that taking care of our body is very important for our overall well-being. So mao na according to William James. Sa pagtan-aw niya nato as sa sa kuan niya sa pagtan-aw niya sa physical self sa toa. So next is Sigmund Freud. So, 'di ba, we always talk about Sigmund Freud. Unsa gayto siya? He studied about the mind and the behavior. So, could you please read the PPT everyone? Okay. 'Di ba si Sigmund Freud he studied about the mind and the body. He also thought that our body is central to our experience. He believed that our physical sensations and experiences are closely linked to our thoughts and feelings. And in other words, how we feel physical can affect our mental state. That's according to Sigmund Freud. So the next one is actually guys I don't know how to pronounce it correctly but sa ako alang kay Wilhelm Reich so na siya William Reich. So so please could you please read everyone? So according to him that the mind and the body are not separated. They are connected. So sa kuan pa lang gani daan so ang atong mind and body kay connected. So kung unsay ma-feel, kung unsay makuan sa tunahon na maapektuhan pod ang ato ang body. So he argued that everything we think and feel has a physical aspect and everything that happens in our body can affect our mind. For example, ani kay ang kanang ma-stress ta. Di ba maapektuhan pod ang atuang body labi na kanang grabe na kay mong stress, di ba? So mao na siya nga according to Wilhelm nga ang atoa daw mind and body are connected. Kung unsay ma-feel na to, mao po ato ang maapektuhan po ang atong body. And also atong body, if maka-feel sad gani siya og kanang kuan, palitan physical exercise, di ba, kung kana atong body kaya naman, so ma-improve ang ato ang mood or inana. So mao na ang kang William Rich. Pronunciation sa pangalan ni Atak. So si kuan dito si Wilhelm Reich. So mao na siya sa Google, Wilhelm Reich. So malito ko kasi wala na nakagibalik.
So once again, good morning everyone. I am Francis Carlos Sobran, one of those Kauba ni Jeannie reporting. So I'm the one who will continue what Jeannie's reports. Yes, and the other member will continue too. And yes, good morning once again. So the continuation is nasi Eric Erikson, Carl Jung, and B.F. Skinner. Well naman about ni Eric Erikson and ni B.F. Skinner because we tackled about that in child and adolescence, and maybe Carl Jung also, pero I don't know, nalimot ko. Yes, so first we're gonna talk about ni Eric Erikson. So Eric Erikson is a na siya theory called of psychosocial developments. Yung nag-emphasize nga ang physical development and mastering bodily functions in early stage of life. Yes, the nag-emphasize sa importante sa physical development and mastering of bodily function in early stages of life. And according to him according to nga sa understanding the self nga course the role of bodily organs is especially important in early development stage of a person's life. Why man nga our organ is important to us to develop for our development as a person or as a human, because one organ missing, we're not complete. There's something there's something wala nato, and there's something or kanabitang we cannot live longer in this world because of that one organ is missing. And I think that's why yun siya because kanang for us to live longer, where whenever we want to live kay mabuhi gapon ta. Yes, and siya nga kanang the development of physical and intellectual abilities become more important in determining their sense of competence and ability to navigate complex societal rules. Yes, siya nga kanang he believes nga kanang katong mga organ nato or kanang it helps siya to develop children's the sense of autonomy. Yes, and kanang siya nga he believe also nga kanang ang children can maka-develop of sense autonomy and independence, which can contribute sa sense of the competence and ability to choose demanding rules sa atong society. Siya din. And then po siya according sa kaning libro bitaw. Kaning siya nga libro, siya nga kanang he stated that organs of the body are essential during the early development stage of a person. Di ba mo akong discuss ganyan? And siya, the formation and development physical and intellectual skills greatly influence the ability of individual to choose his role in the society and be fulfilled. So masa ni akong discuss ganyan, sorry. And physical health is directly correlated to the competence of children. Healthy children are more competent and therefore they will become more capable at acquiring complex skills than children who are undernourished or unsickly. So according ni Eric Erikson if a child are healthy, they are more comfortable of what they're doing. They're more active than the undernourished children, because undernourished children, we might kind sickly, or they might kind what do you call this one, masakiton in Visaya. So like dali or maluya, because these are healthy. The nutrients they give from their parents or from the environment kay dili healthy bita. And Erickson also highlighted the essence interplay of the body, psychological process, and social forces, accordingly seeing 2022. And then we all know that Eric Erickson has kanang 8 stages bitaw, di ba, gitakol din nato during sa child and adolescence course. And yeah, so I just want to lang to review, and I don't want to over more na lang, since we already know about it naman, we already have knowledge about this. So scan lang show go. So there are 8 stages. The first one is the trust and mistrust. So trust and mistrust, kuan siya kanang 0 to 1 years old. It comes kanang trust mistrust kana bitong these years, or kaning level of or ages of kana sa mga bata is they will kanang trust bitaw sa ilang caregiver. They will kanang trust na dahil, because from that age sila dahil ang ang ilang caregiver dahil ilang makita bitaw nga naa nila perme, they care of it, they care them. Yes. And then they can lead mistrust if wala makita bitaw sa child ang kanang yang gipangita or yang needs. Yes, that's man siya. And then second one is the autonomy and versus shame and doubt. So kuan siya early childhood, 1 to 3 years old. So kani siya develop a sense of autonomy. So means kaning autonomy means kana bitaw they make their own choices in life. They make they control, they feel control, they feel kanang happy sila. They kanang take responsibility of their actions. And maka feel sila kanang shame and that if that would be kanang restricted to them, to the child. The next one is the initiative versus guilt. So initiative versus guilt kanang ano siya 3 to 6 years old. 3 to 6 years old. Yeah, mga I think daycare, something like that, di ba? So kaning mga bata is kanang tong initiative nila mag-explore, magduwa or play, and maka-develop sila sense of purpose, then of feeling, then maka-feel sila guilty if if their action are disapproved by someone or from their caregivers rather. Man say paan. And then next is the industry versus impurity. So industry versus impurity is 6 to 12 years old. School age, right? Kanang grade 1 or until grade 6, di ba? So kanin siya is the maka-develop sa competence and accomplishment in school or even in social settings, then leading to a sense of industry. Then they feel kana inferior if they struggle bitaw, maka feels like inferior if kana struggle sila. Then the next one is the identity versus rule confusion. Adolescence, 12 to 18 years old. Dili na mag-ulitaw na, di ba? They sila maka-develop na sila different rules and identities to form cohesive sense of self. Like dili na magawas ang true colors. Yes, the true colors of the child. Then maka-experience sila confusion if confusion about their place, about their even in their identity. Ganing nga mga age maka-feel na sila if who they are talaga. Yeah. Then next is infancy versus isolation, young adult. So 18 to 39 years old. So kani siya is focus siya sa kamita ka ng building relationship to or kanang to someone they love, kanang like kanang most na nila kay magminyo na they get marriage because yeah they kuan sila kanang they feel nga kanang lead to kamita to a lead sense of belonging ana yung story natin as they feel isolation or isolate because kanang if they are not connect so to that person that they want to connect is. Then generativity versus stagnation. So kanina is middle adulthood, 40 to 65 years old. Mostly ani nila kay kana bitong they kana lang di lang ginuna bitaw is mostly is the contribution nila in this world, how they will contribute in how they will contribute for our growth and kanang ulit lang ilang inona is mostly kay kanang ano na atong mga parents mostly lang inuna na kay atong mga kanang ilang role bitaw as a parents na as a kanang kaya bitaw what do mean this they feel like kanang unaccomplished if they will not kana bitang maka feel sila stop basta kanang mostly nila is kanang kaning age kay mostly kay contribute kanang they will make contribution or kanang bitang nagulo sila kanang unsa ika-contribute nila sa atong community and they feel kanang stagnation if kanang if when one is not active in generative matters muna siya. So next is ego integrity versus despair. Later adulthood. 65 years old older na siya. So mostly is may example ako is ato mga lola, diba? Yeah. I know they feel kanang accomplished na of usay role nila in the society. They're already accepting that one day they will despair or disappear in this world. So ano siya sa generative and eco integrity nga they kana bitaw lang magunahon na sila sa ilang mga nindot nga kaagi before na kauna sila kung giunsa nila before giunsa nila pag giunsa nila ilang kinabuhi before they feel accomplishment with that and they're already accepting with that. So let's move on with Carl Jung. Yes, Carl Jung siya Carl Jung. So ano si Carl Jung is he argued that physical body and the external world can be known only as psychological experience. And na siya work that called analytical psychology. Yes, analytical psychology. And for you to understand more na ako kanang tawag ani like form bitaw niya or kanang patterns ba? Basta money siya guys. Di ba bati kayo? Sabta lang ha. So this one is the outer world and the inner world. Nasa tunga si self, then tunga ni na si ego and si shadow. Then dili kay si persona ni siya, persona and ano siya si may nalimot ko. Si animo o si animus. Yes. Then unconscious, then persona, consciousness, then unconscious, then collective consciousness. Ano ang story niya. So, tatagsaan na to ha. So, ano siya collective, na sa collective unconscious. Kani kay, you believe that mind is inherited and not shaped by personal experience to responsible for instinct and belief, like kanang spiritually and sexual behavior, one is a collective consciousness, and as a persona, anima, and animus, personate structures that intruded to the inner world. The persona relates sa ang persona kay relate siya sa external world or the outer world. And then also kanang while the anima and animus, which is kaning anima and animus kay relatable sa internal world sila, which is then ang shadow kay nagpresent sa kaan siya kanang structure siya sa inner world. And then the na which kanang relate bitaw sa atong identity. Then ang persona is present sa yes mo say kanang persona is outer world or external world, and then ang shadow ay kanang inner world nga nag-relate sa atong identity. So mustahan lang kog picture or tarong ani kay di siya masabtan right di makita, even me naglisod og kata. So next is B.F. Skinner. Always have B.F. Skinner. So B.F. Skinner, although we already talked about this child and adolescence, na siya ka na mga katong reinforcement, di ba? Katong mga operant, which is kanang na yung mga na reward or punishment ano siya. And then B.F. Skinner the I is a strange behaviorist, and for him kana is a rule of the body is of very importance. And ano siya kay the terms personality and self are mere explanatory fiction, and all there is our body. However, in spite of this, body never truly interested the Skinner. So, we all see naman from those psychologists or behaviorists na tackled, it's clearly show us and explain how we deals with our physical self. And before we proceed to the next strip to my co-reporters, let me read you this one. Psychologists have their own views of the physical body, but one thing is common, and that is important role the physical body plays for the totality of our being. Without the tangible, responsive physical body, we could not enjoy the pleasure of the world. Religious groups around the world also have varying concepts regarding physical body. One that draws attention is varying idea from the Indian tradition. Some show outright rejection of the body because they consider it as the source of desire and attachment, while others give due respect and importance to the physical body because they attribute it was the main instrument for spiritual growth and self-realization. Indian tradition also appraises growth and enlightenment as the whole body event, which is only possible if one has a pure and strong body. That's all.
I am Jessica Tabang and I am the next reporter. So, let's proceed to factors in development of the physical self. The development of individual is caused by two interacting forces called heredity and environment. So heredity, the nature. It refers to the traits and characteristics that parents pass down to their children through genes. This includes physical features like height, eye color, hair type, and even the risk of developing certain diseases, It also influences some aspects of personality and intelligence. The second one is environment, the nurture. This includes everything a person experiences from birth until old age. This covers the food they eat, the people they interact with, the education they receive, and even the climate they live in. A healthy environment with proper nutrition, exercise, and positive relationship helps a person develop well. The next one is the beginning of life. There are three: the fertilization, the zygote, and genes. So the first one is fertilization. It's the process where a sperm cell successfully enters an egg cell, leading to the formation of a zygote, and this is the very first stage of human life. The next one is zygote. Zygote is the single fertilized egg that contains all the genetic information from both parents. It has genes which determine traits like height, hair color, and eye color. And the last one is the genes. Genes are the blueprints of life. They carry hereditary information from the parents and determine the child's physical features, abilities, and even some health conditions.
Hello everyone, I'm Cherry and Milan. So the next is the psychosocial stages of development. So according to Elizabeth Bergner Herlock, there are 10 stages in the lifespan. The first stage is the prenatal period or conception to birth. So this stage is the time before birth, or when a sperm fertilizes an egg, and continuing until the baby is born. So the second is infancy, birth to end of the second week. So this stage is right after birth. The baby is still adjusting to the outside world and beginning to interact with the new environment. The third is babyhood, or end of the second week to end of the second year. So in this stage is the baby is starting to learn walking, talking like mama and papa. The fourth is early childhood, or preschool age 2 to 6 years. In this stage is the children become independent, and they learn to talk clearly, and they know how the basic concepts like colors, shapes, and numbers. So the fifth is late childhood, or elementary age 6 to 12 years old. So in this stage, the children is they learn how to read, to write, and develop friendships. So the next is puberty, or pre-adolescence 12 to 14 years old. So in this stage, their sexual characteristics develop, such as growing taller, changes of kanang body shapes, and kanang for the girls is menstruation.
So the seventh one is adolescence, 13 to 18 years old. This is teenage stage where a person goes through puberty. So the body changes rapidly. For the boys, their voices deepen, and for the girls, they develop wider hips, and both of them grow taller. For the eighth one is early adulthood, 18 to 40 years. In this stage, individuals are focusing on achieving personal and professional goals, and the other is complete their education and start careers, getting married and have children. For the middle age, 40 to 60 years, in this stage, people may experience physical changes like decrease in energy and strength, change the color of the hair, And the old stage or senescence is 60 years to death. Is the final stage of life, and people may experience a decline in physical health.
Now, let's proceed to self-esteem. So, self-esteem, we all know that self-esteem comes from what you think of you, not what other people think of you. By this quote by Gloria Gaynor. So, this quote is about the importance of self-esteem and how it should be derived from one's own self-perception rather than seeking validation and approval. So it's emphasized the needs of self-acceptance, self-love, and self-confidence. So, what is self-esteem? Self-esteem is how we value and perceive ourselves. It is based on our opinions and belief about ourselves. So, self-esteem is how about we feel. We feel about ourselves and abilities, how we value ourselves. So next is how self-esteem affects people. Self-esteem impacts your decision-making process, your relationships, your emotional health, and your overall well-being. So how can self-esteem affects us? So a healthy self-esteem can help you more confident and adaptable, and help you and help you feel inspired to take on new challenges in life. And also, self-esteem is a great impact on your great in decision making and in your emotional health. So there are three types of self-esteem. And the first one is an inflated self-esteem. Second is high self-esteem. And the third one is low self-esteem. The first one is inflated self-esteem. So inflated self-esteem is people hold high regards for themselves better than the others to point of underestimating them. So inflated is having overly positive view to look down sila o people. Look down sila in others. Taas kay sila pananaw sa ilang kaugalingon. Perfect. So, and also inflated self-esteem is not recognizing their flaws, their limitation. So the next self-esteem is the high self-esteem. So high self-esteem is a positive self-esteem which makes the person be satisfied with themselves. So high self-esteem is a positive view of yourself. That includes confidence and self-worth. So this you treat yourself better, you respect and show love to others, and you value yourself and set boundaries with people who don't value you and respecting the rights of others. So the last but not the least is low self-esteem. So low self-esteem is this person does not value themselves and does not trust their possibilities. So the low self-esteem people is lack of self-confidence and self-worth and afraid of making mistake, and also think negatively in yourself and judging judging yourself badly.
So that's all, and I hope that you learned something today, everyone. Thank you so much.